Hello guys and welcome in a new video. For those who don't know me, I am Manuel and I am actually studying biology in order to become a nutritionist. So in this video I'm going to give you an advice on what foods you actually should eat and what are the best choices in my opinion. I'm sure that you heard sometimes that all the foods are good in moderation and there are actually not bad or good foods. While this is true to some extent, it's actually false at the same time, okay? Let me explain. So, if you eat foods with seed oils and a ton of ingredients inside, like a lot of candies and chips and all this kind of stuff, of course, they are basically not healthy foods, but if you eat like 10 grams of them, they will not cause any harm to you, of course. At the same time, there are foods like liver, heart, meat, eggs, fruit, vegetables that they are basically healthy, but if you eat a ton of them, like kilograms of vegetables every day, of course they will cause harm to you, okay? So in this sense, it is true that no foods are relatively bad or good, but at the same time you have to see how to structure your diet and what foods you should include in order to basically have a balanced and healthy diet, okay? So I talk about balanced diet because there are people who eat only carnivore, who eat only vegan, who eat only keto. Keto is basically a diet which limits your carbohydrate intake and focuses on fats and protein, okay? While carnivore is basically eating only meat and products that come from animals, so eggs and this stuff. What I suggest you is to do this. I think that you should basically include in your diet for sure meat, also organs if you want to, although meat would be my number one choice. Then to eat organs, eggs, milk, cheese if you want, although lately I'm not eating a lot of cheese. You can include as carbohydrates fruits, some grains if you tolerate them well, and as fats you can include extra virgin olive oil, avocados, coconut oil, and mainly fats that come from meat, from eggs. This should be, in my opinion, the structure of your diet. So you should basically consume these foods on a regular basis, okay? Let me explain why. Meat, guys, is extremely healthy. First, because it contains lots of nutrients, it contains vitamins, it contains minerals. Second, because it contains bioavailable protein, guys, and bioavailable protein is extremely important if you want to build tissue, if you want to build muscle, but also to maintain your current physique, okay? So protein in general is important, but bioavailable protein is the most important thing in this case. The same goes for eggs. Eggs contains all the essential amino acids that we need, so you should eat eggs as your protein source together with meat. The problem with plants, for example, is that when you eat plants, the amino acids in plants are not as available as meat and eggs proteins. So this is the problem with protein in plants. Then you should eat carbs according to your activity. If you're an athlete, of course you need much more carbs than the average person who, for example, works a desk job or is active but not as active as an athlete, okay? So you will basically increase or decrease your carbohydrates according to your needs, okay? But you should include, of course, fruit, vegetables if you tolerate them well, and also some grains. I'm telling you not to eat too many grains or to eat only grains, because some people are quite sensitive to grains with their gut, to gluten. Other people tolerate them very well. For other people, they eat too many grains and, for example, they gain too much weight. So it depends, okay? But relatively, you can eat grains, just watch out for the quantity, okay? But if we're talking about the best carbs, I'm suggesting fruit, okay? Honey, of course. Honey is one of the best. And if you also want to add the maple syrup, okay? So, as a summary, for carbs, fruits, honey, milk, which is basically fats, protein and carbs together, but of course you can include milk, and if you want, add also grains. Last, guys, if you're talking about fats, I will suggest you to eat mainly animal fats, like butter, like saturated fats in meat, but also other fats like extra virgin olive oil, olives in general, but also coconut oil, for example, okay, and avocados. This should be the basics of your diet, okay? So these foods that I've been talking about in this video, okay? What you should avoid is seed oils. They are extremely inflammatory, but also other extremely processed food, okay? Of course, if you eat foods that are not that healthy once in a while, it's fine. I'm telling you not to make these foods the center of your diet. Second, guys, some people get away with eating much more junk food or sweets or chips better than other people. Why? Some people are basically burning a lot of calories. They are extremely active, and then everything they eat, it's basically burned. Other people have a faster metabolism, so maybe they eat more food but they burn more calories. Other people have some intolerances, so as a consequence, when they eat, the foods are not digested well. It depends, okay? But try to consume mostly the foods I talked about and see how your body feels. Of course, you can make some changes, but try to stick to whole foods and try the foods I'm talking about, okay? And then when you want, once in a while, have some cheat meal, have some junk food. I'm not telling you to avoid it completely, but be sure then that when you have this food, and then when you want, also have some sweets or chips or whatever you like. I'm telling you just to be sure that when you eat these foods, so more unhealthy foods, try to burn the calories that you're eating, so that when you are done with eating, you also burned the calories you basically ate, or make sure not to gain too much weight from eating these kind of foods. For today, that's all. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.